I'm Evan, this is Build Hammer, and today I want to take some of the frustration and the wasted time out of building Space Marine Intercessors. These guys are a mainstay of the Space Marine Army, and a lot of new players start off with these sprues. What I want to do is walk you through the sprue and build step by step each model, showing you where on the sprue those pieces are. We're about to build these guys way faster and more efficiently than you would hunting and pecking, so grab your clippers, your sprue, and your glue, and let's go build. Alright guys, so what we've got here is inside the Intercessor box, you're going to have two sets of sprues. I'm going to refer to these as sprue number 1 on the screen and sprue number 2. Some of the things you can look at to easily identify these, on sprue number 2 here, we've got this big set of accessories for the bolter up top. And over on sprue number 1, we've got this big set of heads right here. This guy over here, sprue number 1. This guy over here, sprue number 2. We're going to start off building bodies. It's up to you whether you want to build these 5 at a time or you want to build all 10 together. I would recommend doing all 10 together, mainly because you can just go from one sprue to your copy of that sprue, and you already know exactly where that piece is and you know exactly what you're looking for. It's going to make it a lot faster and more efficient. What we're going to do is we're going to start out clipping out part number 10 and part number 9. This is going to make your first torso. Then you're going to want number 11 and number 12. 12 will sit on top of 11. It's the front greave. Then you'll get 13 and 14. That's another set. This will form your first torso and leg combination. Again, feel free to do that once or grab the other sprue and do it again. Just go ahead and keep that pause button handy. That way you're able to follow along at your own pace and you're not stressed. Once you get that one together, we're going to go ahead and move over to our second body. We've got 18 and 17. Then you'll want to grab 19 and 20, 21 and 22. This will form your second body. For that third one, we're going to want to grab 26 and 25. Those will be paired up with 27 and 28, as well as 29 and 30. To build our fourth guy, we're going to need to jump over to sprue number 2. Over on this sprue, we're going to want 34 and 33, as well as 35 and 36, 37 and 38. For the fifth and final body, we're going to be grabbing 42 and 41. And we'll pair that up with 43 and 44, as well as 45 and 46. Once you got all your torsos assembled, we're going to go ahead and put the power packs on. Those power packs are number 49. You can find one here on number 2, here on number 2, and then over on sprue number 1, we've got a set of 2 right here. And your final one is up here. These are all the exact same. Doesn't matter which model you put these ones on. Now that we're done with those 5 body assemblies, we can move on to step number 2. The first model they're going to have you build is the Space Marine Intercessor Sergeant. You got a couple options here. If you're going to run these as 5-man squads, you can do this twice. If you want to have a single 10-man set, I would recommend just doing this once. Additionally, what we've got here is a bolt pistol option and a bolter option. If you have bits laying around from other kits, you've got the option of adding things like a power fist, power weapon, or plasma pistol. But if this is your first set or you just don't have those other options, what we're going to do is walk through the options that are included in this kit. Going back over to sprue number 1, for his right arm, you've got the options of 59 and 60. Then on sprue number 2, what we've got is 61. Still over on sprue number 2, we've got 63 and 54. Then back over on sprue number 1, you've got option 58. One thing to keep in mind here is you probably don't want to include 58 with 61 unless you just want all the guns, which, I mean, if you want that, more power to you. Now that you got your arms posed, you can go ahead and put your head on. Always a good idea to keep the head till after the arms so that you can incorporate it into the action of whatever he's doing and it makes sense. These are completely your choice. Here's what they recommend for the sergeant. We've got number 2 on sprue number 1 and number 8 on sprue number 1. If you do choose to take number 8 over here, you can jump over to sprue number 2 and add this one, 62, to his left hip. The next step in the instructions talks about the different bolt rifle patterns. It might make a difference later on. It used to in 9th and previously make a difference, but right now all the bolt rifle variants are treated the same, so you can more or less just pick and choose what you want for the aesthetic. For all those different options, you're going to want to be looking at your pieces on sprue number 2. You got a couple of the auto bolt rifles over here, some more in the center. Then for your standard bolt rifle, you got a block of 5 here. And for the stalker bolt rifle, 5 over here. Again, totally up to you, just the aesthetic choice at this point. Jumping back over to sprue number 1, we're going to go ahead and put his shoulder pauldrons on. You're going to want 76 and 75. At this point, your Intercessor Sergeant's complete. You can stop here if you want, or you can go on to that next step, 2D, and look around, put a bunch of bits on him. You got a lot of different things you can do to accessorize them and really make them your own. You can put all these different little bits and bobs. None of this is required, and it's all kind of up to personal preference. Just remember that everything you put on there, you do have to paint. Your future self may really appreciate a little bit of restraint in this step. Step 3 is just going to be assembling bolters for these guys. There's really no right or wrong here. We'll go ahead and build these together, and then you can play with the poses of your models and see exactly which one you want to put on which body. To get things kicked off, we're going to go back over to sprue number 1. Over here, we're going to be grabbing 15 and 16. And for the second set, we're going to be grabbing 23 and 24. Third set, 31, 32. For the fourth set, we're going to go over to sprue number 2. And you're going to want 47, 48. And then for your auxiliary grenade launcher model, you're going to want 50 and 51. Again, I'm going to recommend holding off putting these heads on until you mount your arms. So let's go through the other arm options they've got here. And then once you've decided, we'll go back, pick the heads, put the heads on to match. In this next step, you've got 56 and 57. This is a single arm hold on the bolter, and he's completing a reload, so it gives it a little more dynamic pose. They've also got an option over here for 55 and 52. Gives you, again, a little more dynamic pose, single hold on the bolter, and a combat knife out. Doesn't change how it plays, just aesthetics, completely up to you. The only thing that I would probably recommend is including this one. This is your grenade launcher. It is an option inside of the squad, and it does add just a little bit more firepower. Once you got those arms put on, let's jump back over to sprue number 1, and then you can use the remaining heads and kind of pick and choose, decide what you want, how you want things to look. After that, we're going to go ahead and grab some shoulder pauldrons. Again, this is largely an aesthetic choice, not a big deal. Just go ahead and grab whatever you want and make it look how you want your squad to look. Then once you're done with those, we can jump back over to sprue number 2, and we'll finish out our bolters by putting whatever your flavor of choice is on there. And then again, ask your future self how much painting you want to do, and just start slapping some bits and bobs on there. That's it, guys. You got 5 to 10 Space Marines built. These guys are ready to go play on the tabletop if you want, or you can go jump into the painting booth and get after it that way. I hope this has been helpful. Overall, this is actually a pretty good set from GW. You can see they've kind of blocked in all the models. They've got them relatively together. Things make sense. A lot of the other ones that they make are not like this. They're optimized for the space, and pieces are all over. But I do hope this has helped get you through that first set of Space Marines maybe, or just sped up your process. I'll be putting out more of these videos, so go ahead and hit that subscribe if you want to follow along. If you do know anybody that's having issues building, getting frustrated, go ahead and share this with them. Maybe it'll help them out. And if you got any kit recommendations or requests, go ahead and throw that down in the comments and I'll try and get to them. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good day. Enjoy your hobbying.